Good morning, folkers. Good afternoon. Good evening, wherever you are in the world. Good day to you. Snapzilla Gorilla here, aka The Definition, kicking y'all off with another video. Now, this is going to be a short video, right? And this is the answer to the question of what happens when there's a food shortage. Because this is what you're seeing all over the place. You're seeing food banks hand out food to thousands of people a day. Thousands. In some places, tens of thousands. Some schools are set up for about 10,000 food bank recipients a day. A day. Now, this just shows you what can happen in the event of a real crisis. What can happen in the event something shuts down the supply line, or when the demand gets lower. Okay, because what do you have? You have people lining up outside of food banks, but at the same time, you have farmers and ranchers dumping food, dumping milk, dumping vegetables, dumping fruit, because they can't, there's no one to give the food to, allegedly. So how is it you have people lined up outside of food banks by the thousands, waiting for food for hours in a car, yet you have ranchers and farmers getting rid of food every day? Tell me how that makes sense. Where's the disconnect? Because I tell you something, man, the truckers are still rolling. Truckers are still delivering, right? Not as much, but they're still delivering. So you see the problem we're having here. You see the dilemma, or not even dilemma. You see the paradox. Farmers and ranchers are getting rid of food, but people are looking and starving for food. You have people committing suicide. You have domestic violence rates going up. So, let's say we come out of this. Okay, we come out of this, and there's a lesson to be learned here. Let's say we come out of this. What can we do as a people next time something like this goes down and they shut down the economy, bring it to a screeching halt because of a virus? Okay. Now, there are solutions to this. Number one, what you should be doing, and I've been preaching this for years, even before I got on Facebook and YouTube. I've been preaching about this on Facebook. I've been preaching about this to my friends, family. I've been preaching about it for a very long time. What you do is, as soon as you're able to, either by yourself with your own immediate family or with others of like minds, you go out and you buy some land. You buy some land somewhere and you build on that land, or perhaps you find some land that has something on it already. It doesn't matter. Find some land where you're somewhat isolated. Okay? Somewhat isolated. Then you learn how to grow your own food, and you learn how to to farm, to ranch. You build yourself a well, you dig a well, make sure you get your fresh, clean, running groundwater, okay? Do what you got to do on that land, okay? Put your cesspool, not cesspool, but y'all know what I'm talking about, the thing where I forgot what it's called, but basically it's a tank. It's an underground tank that your refuge goes into. Okay, when you take a crap and you pee, it goes into this tank underground. I forgot what they call it. Somebody put it in the comment section. I don't know how, for the life of me, why I can't think of it. But you get something like that. Okay, And you can get the kind that have enzymes. You put enzymes in it, and it eats away at the feces and the urine or whatever, so that you don't have to worry about getting it pumped every so often. You know what I mean? You still have to get it pumped because the enzymes can only work so fast. So you can get something like that. Okay? Build yourself some solar panels. Okay? Build yourself a solar panel array. Or wind, or whatever you got to do. You might have to connect to the grid depending on what state you're in and what county you're in. But, get yourself a generator. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you have fuel for that generator stored up. These are things that you can do to make sure that the next time there is a shutdown, you won't be very affected by it in a negative light. Okay? You'll have your food, you'll have your water, you'll have your power. If they say the grid goes down, you have a generator, you have fuel, you have solar panels. Get yourself a battery bank. Okay? A UPS. A UPS is an uninterrupted power supply, which you can have hooked up like batteries. You know what I mean? The solar panels can charge the batteries, and then it can also power your home or power wherever you need it to power. Okay? And you get yourself an inverter, of course, because after the battery bank, you want to turn it into alternating current. You do that with an inverter. These are things that you can do. Now, all this sounds expensive, but there are plots of land in places where you can get land an acre for about $1,000. $1,000 an acre. You know what I mean? So, and then to build the home, you might need $100,000 to a couple $100,000. But let me tell you something. You can get yourself a yurt. Get yourself build an AI dome. With an AI dome, you don't even really need air conditioning. With an AI dome is a type of home where it self-regulates the climate. Okay, it regulates the climate in the way it's manufactured. Okay, so that in the summer it stays cool inside, and in the winter it stays warm inside. So it's really energy efficient and all that. And they're nice. You can build them real nicely. So you can do that. A yurt is more like a high-end tent. Okay, you ever see any of those movies where they had the big ass tent, and then the emissaries come and try to talk about peace and all this other shit, and they go in this big ass tent? That's pretty much what a yurt is like. But a yurt, you can have different types of shell, cloth, whatever. But like I said, man, these are things you might want to consider. Now, can this be expensive? Yes, it can. But that's why you get together with like-minded people and you guys go in together. Now it's going to be a learning process. You're going to have to learn how to farm. You're going to have to learn how to grow food. You're going to have to learn how to raise animals. So it might be a good idea to recruit somebody that knows how to do that. Okay? Recruit somebody that knows how to do that, or learn from someone that knows how to do that. How to raise animals, how to take care of them, how to raise crops and things like that. And then you can have yourself a little career selling your product at a farmer's market, so you can make a little bit of money off of it. But you're not going to be hurting for money. Okay, as long as you have food and water, and you have a place and you have shelter, like where your ranch is, you'll be a-okay. You'll be a-okay. And then the most important thing, what's the most important thing for this piece of land that you're going to have? Well, security. Okay? Security. Now, if you get together with people that you feel of like mind, but you don't really know them that well, like you didn't grow up with them, because let's face it, many people, if you're like me, many people that you grew up with aren't on the same wavelength as you. Many people in your family aren't on the same wavelength, and they're comfortable living in the city. They're comfortable with the way things are going. So 9 times out of 10, you're probably not going to find people that are going to be on board with what you got going on. All right. For an example, I have a friend. I grew up with him. Now, he is something of a like-minded of me, but he wants to move to Africa. All right, he wants to go to Ghana, and I ain't knocking him for that. But and you can do the same thing in Ghana. You can buy land for hella cheap out there. I mean, I think you can get it like so many acres for like $3,000 or something like that. Something crazy. But my thing is, China is running all but through Ghana. You cannot escape the central banking system. You cannot escape it. Wherever you go, they're going to try to take a foothold wherever you at. Like whatever country you're at, you can go to Ghana, you can go to different countries, but you're not going to escape the New World Order once they start rolling with it. And now, does that mean that they'll win? No, it does not mean they'll win. They'll not win. Every empire will fall, and they fall gracelessly. Okay? But what I'm saying is, this is our land too. This is our land. I'm not going to run from this land. Not to say that he's running, but basically, you can kind of say he's running. But I'm of a mind where this is ours too. Like, I should be able to live on any piece of land that's not occupied. I should be able to live whatever country I want to live in. As long as I go through the right channels and all the other shit. But immigration that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother ball of wax. What I'm saying is, this right here, the United States, what the United States they call America. This is home too. This is home. I don't see any need to go to Africa. Now they're not pushing 5G out there. That might be one reason to consider going out there, going to a country where they don't have 5G going up. That would be nice. Well, except for Israel, I wouldn't go to Israel. The point is this. The point is this. You want to be okay the next time something like this happens. You don't want to be caught with your pants down, like many of us are. You want to be ready. You want to be willing and okay. You want to have your plot of land. You want to have your food. You want to have all that. So you ain't got to worry about nothing. And then, like I said, have your security. Now, this is what I was getting into. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm all over the place right now, and I'm getting off on the wrong exits and shit. Bear with me. So, what you do is, let's say you get to know some people online, okay, and doing what we're doing, communicating with each other, building through this YouTube thing, okay. Let's say you take a chance on people. You might even be able to find people you meet on the internet, or that you meet on YouTube, or people that you have built relationships with over the interwebs. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with it. But it's very important if you're gonna go to that next level. It's very important to vet that person. Look into them. Make sure they're really on that real shit. And use your instincts. Use your instincts to make sure that you're getting a good read on the person that you're going in with. So that's my solution. That's the solution I have in mind. You don't want to get caught with your pants down next time this happens. You don't want to be waiting in food bank lines. You don't want to have to worry about where the food came from, blah, blah, blah. So, go out there, get your land, grow your own food. Hell, you can do it now. You might not have to get your own land. You might have enough room and space in your apartment, to put some shit on the windowsill. Now, will that be, how sustainable will that be? I don't know. But if you have nice, rich, vast land on which to grow, on which to get water, on which to raise animals, I mean, what can be better than that? And you have access to the outdoors. You have access to grounding. You have access to the sun. No one can tell you can't go outside. Hell, you might have a lake nearby. You can go swimming in the lake. Oh, they don't want to let you go to the beach? Hell, you got a lake right here. You know what I'm saying? You got a river. You can go river. Whatever the fuck you want to do. Being out in the country, enjoying life. This, regardless of an outbreak. And like I said, man, security is paramount. Security of that land is paramount. You must be able and willing to defend it to the nth degree. You got to have your personal protective devices. You got to have your land protective devices on you at all times. Anyway, that's all I got for now. Y'all let me know what y'all think of the video. Does what I'm saying make sense? Like, where you guys' minds at in regards to possibly buying some land and saying screw this city life. I want to live a little bit more simpler life out there in the country. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. And yeah, much love to y'all. Hit that like button, share this video, subscribe, whatever, and I'll get at y'all later. Peace.